I think Taysom Hill and Drew Brees spent way too much time together.
Is he starting to look like him or what?
God, he sounds like him.
I know.
He has the same demeanor.
Right.
He looks like
Same
him.
skin
Now he's kind of
tone,
like
I know.
he's. We love Drew. He's the after Drew, not the before. He's the after about 3 months in the gym. He's a bigger Drew.
Yeah, he's
but,
a bigger
but
Drew,
he,
right.
he talks like him, sounds like him, moves like him while he's talking. Everything.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Oh, you know, we see that. You know, when you're kind of the guy that's behind the guy, you start to copy and do little things, and all of a sudden you watch film of practice, and you're going, damn, I'm gonna look like him, because you go, wait, his mechanics are great. Let me copy him, what he's doing. So yeah, I'm sure that there's an aspect of that's very real. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. You know,
that's why it's better to back up Drew Brees than to back up Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers.
No doubt about it, because
you want to mimic the things that you can do,
Right.
not the things that only they and no one else on the planet can do.
No doubt about it. You're right. We talked about with Jordan Love, right? Because we were like, wait, with Jordan Love in the Kansas City game, he made a few throws where he tried to look like or throw it like Aaron Rodgers, and I would just go, no, just be textbook quarterback mechanical guy right now. You're not ready to be Aaron Rodgers, no doubt. Hey, but the Taysom Hill thing, it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with this finger. It certainly sounds like it's a little more critical than maybe Joe Burrow in Cincinnati or anything like that. So, again, we saw it affected him throwing the football there after it happened last week, like greatly. Burrow, it didn't seem like it affected quite the same way. Taysom, we saw some throws where he went, whoa, that came out of his hand really funny. And as you could tell, he's still dealing with it. So, be interesting to see how he does here on Sunday, or if he can do it.
Well, he had a splint
on
the finger.
I know.
He finished the game with the splint on the finger. He has mallet finger, which is, it's not identical. I mean, we heard mallet finger relates to Russell Wilson. I think Wilson had mallet finger plus, because he missed multiple games and had to have surgery with a pin that went straight down his middle finger. So it's not as bad as Wilson, but it's still an injury to one of the fingers on your throwing hand, and he played the game with a splint on. And what that did, that really activated Tayanon, the flip side of Tuanon. The same, and it may be the same group, I don't know, but there's that group out there that is irrationally in love with Tua Tagovailoa, and then there's this group out there that irrationally hates Taysom Hill and cheers every time he fails.
Oh, I know.
He had a busted finger when he threw 3 of his interceptions. And he didn't have Alvin Kamara. He doesn't have a receiver that anyone's ever heard of, all due respect to the guys that are on the roster. And he still ran for over 100 yards. But, he sucks because he had 4 interceptions.
I got a lot of stuff on that on social media, no doubt about it.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, because I said things, too, last week, like Taysom Hill is every bit as accurate as Tua. And, of course, that got
you
used
got both
against,
ends.
Yeah.
You got it from Tuanon and from Tayanon.
So that was very funny. And then, there's some idiots on there who they don't know if they watch the game. I wanted to be like, wait, are you stupid? Or are you just dumb? Or are you mean? Which one is it? The guy hurt his finger halfway through the first quarter. And, again, where I'd argue, and then, see, this is where I'm going to sound like a Tua hater. Listen, the whole world can throw the ball 5 yards over the middle. You don't need to draft a quarterback at number 5 in the draft to throw the ball 5 or 6 yards over the middle. Or like Logan Ryan said, run to the left and throw the ball 1 yard into the flat. I mean, it's a real thing. So, I mean, you put Taysom Hill in that situation, yeah. But they asked Taysom Hill to throw the ball 50 yards down the field, 40 yards down the field, 30 yards down the field, things they don't even ask Tua. So, idiots on Twitter, shut up. You're an idiot. Get off Twitter and learn something else. Watch something else. You're an idiot. Thank you.
Plenty of the idiots out there were having fun with my tweet from a couple of years ago after the Vikings beat the Saints in the playoffs, and Taysom Hill was clearly the best player on the field that day. And anybody who watched that game knows it. And I know Paul Allen, our good friend who does play-by-play for the Vikings, I talked to him after. He's like, I can't believe they didn't use this guy more. We don't win this game if they use this guy a little bit more. He was unstoppable. And that was when it was on the cusp of what are they going to do? Are they going to make him the guy? Is Drew coming back? And I don't know what's happened since then. He hasn't developed to meet the potential that we saw that day. But that day, the day that I tweeted that, in the aftermath of tweeting that, he was the best player on the field in a playoff game, and he had a combination of throwing the ball and running the ball that we just don't see. And it hasn't matched it since then. But, yeah, 3 interceptions with a busted finger. I mean, give the guy a break, and he doesn't have any help around him. We'll see what happens this week if he can play against the Jets.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.